So many of you have probably heard of the different levels like nano, micro, meso, macro. And this is just how I decided to look at my research from a specific scope. And doing the micro foundations of sustainable business development, I kind of acknowledged that businesses are not those autonomous creatures that run by themselves, but rather there are people inside organizations, people who make decisions, people who act, and sometimes very rational, sometimes very irrational. And it is important what people do, think, and how they interact with their context, their environment. And so micro-foundations of sustainable business development look specifically at individuals and how they interact towards corporate sustainability. So let's move back a few centuries where there were no phones that told us to go to the left or right, or some maps that just happened to show up where we are at the moment. But look at it as a physical map that you have in front of you, a paper map. And there are cities, there are rivers, there might be mountains, some sites, whatever you can envision. And I tell you that each one of us has such a map in their heads, a mental map. And they all look very different. And some of us have a city on their map, which is called sustainability. For some people, that is a ginormous urban hub, just like Helsinki, or more smaller towns, a small village, and for some people, sustainability isn't even on the map. And that's okay. However, or what is also interesting is that those cities can look very different. So my sustainability city might look very different from Vera's sustainability city. I have a huge garden that focuses on environmental challenges and how to solve those. Vera might look at social aspects more when it comes to sustainability. And what I'm trying to say is that those mental maps can look so different, and there's no one-size-fits-all for sustainable business development. But there are certain maps, and sustainability needs to be on the map in order to be considered in business development. We can just continue with the map image and just see it as a way how we make decisions and how we justify our actions. Those maps are kind of constructed through social norms, our values, the culture that we are growing up in and living in. And then through this map, we're guiding our way and how we interact outside and how we make professional choices, decisions, and also how we implement things within organizations, for example.